guys, welcome to another episode. My name is Jason Dean, your host as always, and I'm really excited because in this episode we're going to be covering some new territory. And yes, you caught it. We've got a new name. It's called School of Reality Rock. I was watching the Colony House original material last week and felt totally convicted because I was not being original by calling this School of Rock. That is a Jack Black thing, and even talking like him. So I'm gonna do my own thing and try to live up to what Colony House is preaching and what I'm telling you to watch, to be myself. So this is gonna be School of Reality Rock, and that goes back to my roots. But we got a lot to cover in this episode. We're gonna introduce a new segment that I'm going to call 1 Minute Interview, where we talk to a cool cat in California. Bring in some new music, so we'll check that out. Also, as always, you're gonna be learning about some new music or a new artist. We're gonna call that Check This Band. Here at School of Reality Rock, we're gonna get into all kinds of genres of music, including rock, folk, pop, hip hop, heavy metal, and in this episode, it's gonna be R&B. So for those of you that watched the last episode when I introduced the band Colony House to you, I gave you the assignment to watch original material, and there's a few things there that should have been really obvious. One of them, that they had these big heads that they had over their heads, and they were acting out what we do all the time. We try to portray ourselves to be bigger than what we really are, and it just comes off like we have really big heads and we're really into ourselves. So the message was really great from Colony House there, to be ourselves, to be original. And that can be super hard to do growing up. You know, a lot of times we'll look to somebody else to get our cues from, live up to other people's expectations, find out what cool things our friends into and just imitate and copy them. But know that God made you unique. God made you the way that you are. And one of the hardest things in the world to do is just be yourself, be original. Well, I'm super excited about this new segment that I'm calling 1 Minute Interview. And here is the first one. I ran into a good friend of mine who cuts my hair, has been cutting my hair for the last year or so, and is a local musician in California who does all kinds of cool stuff, and his name is Brenden McPeek. All right, guys, hey, this is Jason. I'm hanging out with Brenden McPeek, and dude, you got projects. You are currently singing with Black Narnia.
Welcome to the Lion's Den, straight to the fire from the frying pan.
You got solo stuff.
Yep.
We gotta check out Soul Reformation.
Always.
Right.
Teach me how to trust you.
Doxology.
I'm born of His Spirit.
And if somebody was gonna be stuck on a deserted island with you,
Yeah.
what kind of person would they become?
Would they become being with me?
Yes.
You know what? I'd probably rub off a little bit of soul on them.
A little bit of soul.
They would definitely come out on the other side with a lot more slang.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
And I mean, honestly, depending on if they knew Jesus or not, they'd be getting an earful of that.
Earful of Jesus.
That'd be a daily dose.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your favorite band that oozes with Jesus?
Ooh, good question. Right now, what am I listening to the most? You know what? Oozes with Jesus, to me, one of the best records all time. Lauryn Hill, MTV Unplugged.
Dude, Lauryn Hill, MTV Unplugged.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Adam Lives in Theory.
Do that.
Start there.
Yeah. Right
That's
on,
the
man.
whole thing. My brother.
Listen, there's a part of me that won't back down, but no man keep the melody while I switch the program. Speak upon.
Really excited to introduce to you this really cool band that I caught onto a couple of years ago. Their name is The New Respects. It's a 4-piece band that we call a quartet, hailing from Nashville, Tennessee. They've got a lot of musical roots. Lead singer of The New Respects is Jasmine Mullen, who is the daughter of, again, a famous Christian singer. And as last week, I introduced to you the sons of Stephen Curtis Chapman. This time, it's the daughter of a famous singer that had a really popular song back in 2000, a song called Redeemer. The singer is Nicole C. Mullen. So Jasmine Mullen has been brought up in the Christian music industry her whole life. So I'm sure breaking out of some of those molds and the theme of freedom within the New Respects is learning about finding the freedom that is more biblical and not necessarily what the church culture is dictating, which isn't always what the Bible is teaching. The other three members are all siblings, and then they're cousins of Jasmine. So the other members are the bass player Alexis Fitzgerald, known as Lexi, and then her twin plays guitar, Alexandria Fitzgerald, also known as Zandy. And on drums, they've got brother Darius Fitzgerald. The New Respects have an R&B, retro, 70s rock sound, soulful, full of energy, nostalgic, all the things that I really love. They started the band when they were in high school in the early 2000s. Their original name was the John Hancock Band. In 2016, they changed their name to the New Respects. Some of their influences would be Aretha Franklin, Alabama Shakes, and they've got some really beefy guitar riffs. Their first EP, which had 5 songs on it, was labeled Here Comes Trouble, or named Here Comes Trouble, in 2017. Their only studio album out that has 13 songs on it, which also includes 3 songs from the EP, is entitled Before the Sun Goes Down, that came out in 2018. They've got some really cool band friends, including Colony House that I introduced to you last week. They went on tour with them and they helped out on the album a little bit, I think, with some guitar work and maybe some things. I could be wrong on that. Also, I've seen pictures with them with Drew Holcomb, that I do like some of his stuff. John Foreman of Switchfoot is a big fan of the band. The New Respects have played at the Bro-Am show down in San Diego that Switchfoot puts on. And on the New Respects Instagram, you can find them doing covers of Stevie Wonder, Thad Cockrell, and some other cool bands. Their newer songs have been released as singles. Some of them include No Drama, which is a really cool song. We don't want drama in our life. Another song called Say What You Want, which is really finding the theme of this band. And the theme of this band is living in God's freedom. And you're gonna see that pretty much through all of their songs and what they express. And there is a freedom that God's leading us into. So Say What You Want, for me, it kind of leans a little bit too much of focusing on yourself, but I get it. I get the, wanting to have confidence in yourself and being comfortable in your own skin, so I appreciate it at that level. The New Respects do lots of collaboration with other artists, one of them including Tobe Nwigwe from Nigeria, who lives in Texas, a song called Hella Back. Hella might be a bad word in your house, but I'm sure you might use the word dang, so it's pretty similar in other cultures. Be frank, I don't use the word hella, but I don't judge them if they do. I get it. I did check out some of Tobe's songs. I really liked Try Jesus, which was really cool. And he sings, "Try Jesus, not me, because I fight." And he was just being straight out honest. I like that one. He had another song called Shine, and referring to what his mom tells him. And I noticed the word umi in there, which is a Nigerian word for mother. So some cool things to dive into when the New Respects begin to collaborate with other artists. And it's typically with other people that ooze with Jesus, and may not always. I think the New Respects are learning to find their freedom in Christ, and this is going to be the theme of the band. Hebrews 12:1 says, "Therefore we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight," get that freedom, "and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith." There's 2 struggles in life when we're talking about the topic of freedom. Some lean too much towards, being wild and being a partier and being rebellious, and you have to learn how to break free from those things that drive you to sinful things, and we got to lay aside those weights. And then others that would be a rule follower, and that they think that they're right before God because of their own good works, and you have to learn how to lay aside your own good works to receive Jesus's righteousness. So we have to learn to find the freedom in Christ. And here's the lyrics to the song Freedom by the New Respects. Ready, set, go. I heard a gunshot of a gun. I'm ready. Just kind of like starting a race. Marco Polo. I hear a call. I respond. I'm ready. That's God's calling, right? And then they use the word baby, take it from me. And a lot of songs use the word baby, and it's just kind of like, hey you, hey somebody, hey friend, and it's not necessarily always, oh baby. And I love the part where they say, oh my God, I get down to the sound of freedom, oh my God. And some people use that term, oh my God, as taking the Lord's name in vain, and then other people say, oh my God, as a prayer. And so you can take that phrase either way. And that's a question I'm gonna pose to you. How do you think the New Respects are using the term, oh my God? Is it a disrespectful way, or is it more in a prayer? I wanna know what you think. All their songs don't necessarily always refer to God. They just kind of talk about life and finding the freedom. That's what we're all doing, is we're looking for that freedom. And the only way that you're gonna find that freedom, it's going to be in Christ. I'll put the link to the song Freedom, the video that I want you to watch, in the links down below. So that's what this song is about by the New Respects, called Freedom. It's a lot of fun. The video is really cool. I'm picking songs that have cool videos to them. In this video, I'm turned on to it right away because there's a really cool guitar riff. There's an 8-track tape. They're going to this little arena that looks like a demolition derby type place. There's splashing paint on this car. I think that's a Lincoln. Tell me what kind of car it is. They saw the top off the car. They're driving around in the mud, and it looks a little rebellious, it looks a little wild, but it's really just a whole lot of fun. And sometimes that's the big lesson that we need to learn, is just to, have some fun and learn to relax a little bit and not have rebellious fun, but guilt-free fun in Jesus. We see a little similarity in this video to their friends of Colony House by ending their video with a little fireworks show and showing some freedom there. And I think that was the same idea in Colony House with the fireworks, of this celebration of finally coming to be able to just be yourself and be comfortable in your own skin. Hey, this episode was really fun. Glad you were watching. Share it with a friend. A lot more to come. And check out some new music. God bless you guys. Later.